Keep in mind, Sergeant, once those shilkers get a beat on you, they can wreak havoc on the strikers in your squad. So try and take them out as fast as possible. Here they come! Keep some swag ass! Let's move out!
All board. That striker. Man, at 50 meters. At 3 o'clock, unknown. Man, at 50 meters. At 7 o'clock, unknown. Man, at 50 meters. 2, disembark. 3, disembark. 4, disembark. 5, disembark. 6, disembark. 7, disembark. 8, disembark. 9, disembark. At 2 o'clock, target at 200 meters. At 11 o'clock, man, at 100 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy officer. At 100 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy machine gunner. At 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, enemy man. At 100 meters. I've got him. Missile soldier is history. At 11 o'clock, shield cut. At 200 meters. I've got him. At 4 o'clock, man. At 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, enemy, man. At 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, enemy, man. At 200 meters. At 11 o'clock, machine gunner. At 200 meters. At 11 o'clock, man. At 200 meters. Machine gunner is history. I've got him. At 2 o'clock, machine gunner. At 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, enemy, man. At 100 meters. At 3 o'clock, enemy, man. At 50 meters. Machine gunner is history. At 4 o'clock, man. 200 meters. Machine gunner is history. Got him! At 8 o'clock, Shilka, 200 meters.
Foxtrot 1 to runner. Both Shilkas have been neutralized. Over.
Received, Foxtrot 1. Wait for the air support to arrive, then proceed to objective milestone. Runner 1 out.
At 12 o'clock, enemy man at 200 meters. Shilka is history.
Seven. At 7 o'clock.
November 1 to Foxtrot. We're on site and ready to lend a hand. Out.
At 12 o'clock, enemy BMP 2 at 200 meters. At 2 o'clock, enemy BMP 2 at 200 meters. At 3 o'clock, man at 100 meters. At 11 o'clock, tank at 200 meters. At 12 o'clock, enemy tank at 200 meters. At 10 o'clock, man at 100 meters. At 10 o'clock, enemy missile soldier at 100 meters. At 11 o'clock, enemy machine gunner at 100 meters. Four, down.
Machine gunner. 3 o'clock. 100 meters. 5 o'clock. 100 meters.
At 2 o'clock, enemy, back up. At 100 meters. I've got him. At 12 o'clock, enemy, man, 200 meters. 3, he's down.
Fokstrot 1 to Crossroad. Objective milestone has been secured. Over.
I've got him. At 11 o'clock, tank, at 200 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy. C-72 at 100 meters. At 1 o'clock, machine gunner at 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, officer at 100 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy man at 50 meters. At 1 o'clock, machine gunner at 100 meters. At 2 o'clock, officer at 100 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy man at 50 meters. At 9 o'clock, enemy man at 100 meters.
12 o'clock, enemy, officer, 100 meters. 7 o'clock, missile soldier, 100 meters. 11 o'clock, machine gunner, 100 meters. 3 o'clock, missile soldier, 100 meters. 8 injured.
Damn! 5 is down. Missile soldier, history. At 3 o'clock, machine gunner. At 100 meters. Target is history. At 7 o'clock, enemy machine gunner. At 100 meters. At 6 o'clock, enemy man. At 100 meters. At 6 o'clock, enemy man. At 50 meters. At 10 o'clock, man. At 200 meters. At 1 o'clock, missile soldier at 50 meters. At 1 o'clock, enemy man at 50 meters. One injured. Missile soldier is history. Six, report status. At 7 o'clock, officer, at 100 meters. Oh no, 6 is down.
Engage any units in the DMZ, but do not enter Northern Territory. I say again, do not enter Northern Territory. Out.
Sarani Island, paradise on Earth. You've heard a great deal about this place in the last few days. As US forces enter Corazol, the city last held by SLA forces, the Kingdom of South Sarani, is free again. We have a new reporter on site, Thomas Nordwick, and we have him live from Sarani right now. Thomas, what's the situation there?
At 3 o'clock.
Hello, Ed. The situation is, well, as good as it could be after a war, although this was a relatively short one. The people are relieved that the fighting is over and that the northern forces are back on their side of the border. But some recent events have forever changed the way these people will look at their neighbors to the north. The royal forces are working hard all over the kingdom to rebuild a thriving nation nearly destroyed by violent conflict, but they were not prepared for the gruesome truth discovered at the city of Ko. At Ko, we find ourselves investigating one of the places touched most tragically by the war. With us here is Captain Raboli, an officer of the Royal Army Corps of Sarani. Please, can you tell us where we are and what has happened here?
Yes, this is Ko, one of the cities previously occupied by the SLA. You may notice there are no civilians to be seen here. When we retook the city, we first thought they had us simply fled, but then we started to find graves. Everywhere around the city we found them. The people here, they were slaughtered like animals.
But Captain, this was near the front line. I'm sure that the nearby US forces wouldn't allow such an atrocity to take place. Or were they not here?
No, the US Army was here, but they decided to move to a more strategic defensive position and leave the cities of Coayo, Tiberia, and several others undefended. The SLA soldiers were able to simply walk into the cities. But I don't blame the Americans. Even we couldn't imagine the northern forces were capable of such a barbarity. However, this is the horrible truth we are confronted with now.
This is an absolute tragedy.
Yes, it is. And I call for justice here. We cannot let this horror go unpunished.
Thank you, Captain. We can see that the tragedies of this war will not easily be forgotten. We have tried to ask Colonel Davies, the acting commander of the U.S. forces here on the island, how these terrible massacres could have happened, but he was unavailable for comment. We are, however, certain that there must have been a valid reason for the U.S. troops to leave half the island unprotected.
Thomas, are there any indications as to what's going to happen now? With so many dead, including civilians like our reporter Marion Quant, the question is, how will US policymakers respond to this humanitarian disaster?
As I said before, we were not able to speak to Colonel Davies, so currently no official statements should be expected from the U.S. forces of South Sarani. However, we will be sure to keep you informed of any changes in the situation here.
Thank you, Thomas. Stay tuned for more news on the situation on the island of Sarani. The funerals of two of the casualties of this war, TV reporter Marion Quant and camera operator Arthur Stark, will take place later today. In the meantime, we have been attempting to contact several government representatives in order to ask them what will be done to deal with the violent North Sarani regime. South Sarani authorities have conclusively proven that the government of the Democratic Republic of Sarani is responsible for numerous mass murders during the occupation of its neighbouring country, the Kingdom of South Sarani. So the AAN network would like to ask why there has been no official response to these events. We have attempted to get in contact with Congressman Jenkins, who yesterday stated his belief that US troops should be withdrawn once order had been established. But the congressman was unavailable for comment. We did, however, manage to contact Congressman Peterson and Delmar, both of whom spoke out in favour of removing the North regime from power. This evening, a studio interview will be held with these two congressmen discussing their motivations and the government's seeming unwillingness to act against this grave threat to one of our allies.